Hey everybody, the Respiral here, and welcome to The Great Ace Attorney, The Adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh my god, I'm so pumped for this game. I've played through the first case, because when the game was, or when it firstly had got translated, fan-translated, but still, I couldn't help myself. And, oh god, it's so good. Text skipping? No. Alright, new game. I love this so much.
歴史的な開国から数十年、文明開化の大号令のもと、極東の島国にまさに今西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。活気に満ち溢れる帝都の民は変化、革新の熱気にむせ返り、その変化に戸惑う者も飲み込んで、時代は大きなうねりの中にあった。
あ
そして今、そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
There we are! Naruhodo. Oh my god. They actually did a really good job with masking the original text, because obviously it would have been in Japanese characters. So The Adventures of the Great Departure, I think that was what that said? The Great Departure, Episode 1. God, it's so loud. Oh my god. No, they did a really good job with the masking, because obviously, if you look at just below the text, when in any of the cutscenes, you'll notice it's like slightly blurred behind it. It's basically, they did like what looks like a content-aware mask to basically just hide the Japanese characters with whatever's surrounding that specific place. Either way, the 22nd of November, Supreme Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Even now I find it hard to believe. While everything seems so calm in this lobby, just one step beyond lies the grand bench where my fate will be decided. And what do you want? Nothing. Glaring at me won't do you any good, you damned murderer. God, this is really loud. I might actually turn it down. How do I do this? Control, Shift, down. Down. Down? Oh, that is working. Crap. Right, so 1, 2, 3. That'll do, maybe. I just had to turn it down because it's so loud. I don't know if that'll affect the game. Let me just check. Barely. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So claiming at me won't do you any good, you damn murderer. I didn't do it. Sorry. We didn't even say we didn't do it. There it is. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm going to butcher that without a doubt. I'm a second-year student at Imperial Yume University in the Empire of Japan. 3 days ago, I was caught up in a terrible incident. And now I await my judgment. Halt. You violated the law. Oh. Bailiff, I'd say it's about time you stemmed the flow of garbage coming from your mouth. Excuse me? Who do you think you are? I'm the defense attorney for the defendant before you. Defense attorney, you say? Until today's trial has ended, until the final verdict has been passed, you have no right to call this man a criminal. Watch your words, bailiff. Arrogant little know-it-all. You and your stupid logic. Hey, it's Asagi! Asagi. Can't remember his name. At least I'm capable of making logical arguments, unlike you. Every time I see this guy, I'm just like, where's the fan? Because, like, his Not bandana. Like, whatever's around his forehead is just flowing in the wind, even though we're indoors. Don't you agree? I don't know what I should call him instead of saying the full name. Ryunosuke. Huh? Whoa, sorry about all that. Where's the introduction? Why are you apologising to me? Never mind. Lots more dots. Oh, it's Asugi, not Asagi. Whatever, close enough. I'm really sorry, Asugi, for giving you so much trouble. And in the end, you still apologise. You never change. Guess not. Lately, your name has been in every paper in the capital. Imperial Yume University professor killed, the culprit, a student of the same university. And yet, you didn't do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't kill him. I'm not a murderer. Then stop hanging your head. Chin up, back straight. Asugi. I believe in you. Why does he use the full name every time? Whatever. I can say his name. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And this is Kazuma. This is my best friend, Kazuma Asugi. He's a second-year student, like me. But to be frank, he and I are worlds apart. He's the pride and joy of our university. Even though he's still a student, he's already qualified to be a defense attorney. You're too kind. Defense attorneys are still an emerging profession here in Japan. We are but a meagre existence in the judicial system, at least for now. I know we already said this 3 days ago, but... Asugi, as your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. 3 days ago. That's right. That was when it happened. Oh, right. Congratulations, Asugi. You've finally been approved to study abroad. Yes, I've finally done it. It feels like a dream come true. It seems the government has recognised my achievements as both a student and a lawyer. You'll be studying the greatest legal system in the world as a representative of Japan. As your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. There isn't a soul at Yume University who doesn't know Asugi's name. Wherever he goes, a mysterious warm breeze follows, so the rumours say. For the sake of reforming this country's legal system, I want to observe a true legal system across the sea with my own 2 eyes. The British Empire. Man, I wish I could see it. Then why don't you come with me? It would bring me great pleasure to rampage through the Queen's domain with you. You make it sound so easy. Oh, look at the time. I have to get going. I'll stay a bit longer. We did come all this way after all. You're right, we rarely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Well then, take care. See you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. We were just having a nice coffee. Not too bad. Shortly afterwards, it began. Mr. Asugi, a moment please. Oh yeah, this is a very regular occurrence with there being 2 models on the screen at once. It's very reminiscent of like Ace Attorney Investigations. At least Investigations 2, I think. That's when it would have 2... It'd have the 2 sprites on the screen at the same time, as if they were having a conversation with each other. Why, Professor, I didn't expect to see you. Well, I can't say that this incident doesn't concern me. More importantly, you ought to go and see the judge in his chambers. The judge? He's been looking for you for quite some time. You took on the role of a defense attorney without much warning, lest you forget. As a result, today's proceedings seem to be in a bit of disarray. Who is this gentleman? I feel like I've seen him around the university before. But I don't know who he is. Understood. I'll be there at once. Allow me to accompany you. Well then, Naruhodo. I'll see you in the courtroom. Oh, they're both looking at me. Oh, it's weird. Right, I'm counting on you, Asugi. Okay. Well, this is awkward. Excuse me. Yes? Are you Ryunosuke Naruhodo, the defendant in today's trial? Yes, that's me. I am Eugene... God. Mikotoba, a professor of forensic pathology at Yume University. Isn't Yume a dream? I'm probably just pulling that out my ass. Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Asugi. He's the one who tirelessly lobbied the government to let Asugi study abroad. Asugi has informed me that you were his best friend. Okay, why is that relevant? If that's true, then there's something you must know. What is it? As you were aware, Asugi is set to study abroad in the British Empire. However, in the event that he loses today's trial, that won't happen. His trip will be suspended, and he'll never receive such an opportunity again. What? You really didn't know then? I suspected that Asugi would wish to hide the truth from you. Oh dear. So Asugi's defending me despite the risk. Wait, why would they do that to him? Our government chooses who gets to study abroad from a wide pool of candidates. Let's just say that to receive such a privilege is no laughing matter. But... still, I swear I didn't do it. I'm not a murderer. No, but of course. However, I must warn you, it will be quite difficult to prove your innocence. You see, today's trial is... special, to say the least. Oh, music. Huh? What do you mean by that? You'll find out once the trial begins, whether you like it or not. Then, what on earth should I do? Keep this in mind. I'm not asking you to just stand there and accept a guilty verdict. Huh? As soon as the trial begins, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. To this question, you must reply, "I am," before anyone else has a chance to speak. I am? Hold on. What kind of question is this going to be? Oh. No way. Oh. Is it going to be something like, who is the killer? No, of course not. Defendant. Oh wow, it actually zoomed in on them. They didn't move over to me. The trial's about to start. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Oh my, it's time. It appears that our secret talk must end here. In any case, I shall leave you with these words. Kazuma Asugi must not stand as the defense attorney in today's trial. Of course, the one who ultimately decides that will be you, the defendant. What are you waiting for? You want to be held in contempt of court and declared guilty? Not particularly. That cocky little attorney won't be of much help anyway, so move it. Ooh. If we lose today's trial, not only will I be found guilty of murder, Asugi will lose his chance to study abroad too. And so, blissfully unaware of what lay ahead, I headed off to the trial. That fateful trial. One I'd never forget. Ooh. Well, of course, in, you know, typical Ace Attorney fashion, it's the, tutorial trial. I'm pretty sure it's pretty lengthy, though. Almost certain. Court 2. Oh, God, look at us. So, this is a courtroom. What's with shifty eyes? Not just any courtroom, it's the Supreme Court, the highest legal authority in the Empire. Something feels off about the gallery. Why are there so many people in uniform? Today's trial is being conducted in absolute secrecy by order of the government. Absolute secrecy? That's what I said. The general public has no idea that this trial is taking place. The only ones allowed to be in attendance are the military and government officials. Huh? But why? You'll find out soon enough. More importantly... Time to focus, Naruhodo. It's about to begin. And look who it is. Is that a shaker? That looks like something you make cocktails in. Court is now in session for the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ouchie! It's one of Pain's ancestors. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. As is the defense. Before we proceed, there is one thing I would like to confirm. Last night I received an urgent request for a change of attorney from the defense. Yes, Your Honor. It was I who submitted that request. Custom dictates that an attorney ought to be appointed 2 days before the trial. Therefore, I must ask for confirmation. Who is to stand as the defense for the accused in today's trial? Oh, here it is. Here it is. The opening question. In other words, who will be defending me in this trial? But if I answer I am, that would mean... There's no time to think. I should. Say I am. Your Honor, there is no need to confirm. Needless to say, the one who will be defending the accused is... Sir. What was that out of place yell? The one who will be defending the accused is... me. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? What? I wonder if Visugi's gonna be pissed. Ah, there we go. What do you think you're doing, Naruhodo? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Come again? If I'm declared guilty, your study abroad will be suspended. I'm disappointed. You're saying that you don't trust me at all. You think that if I was your attorney, we would lose this trial. Well, it's not that, it's just more the fact we don't want to take any chances. We don't want to fuck up your life. No, absolutely not, but if there's even a chance that you'd... because of me... I knew it. I knew you'd pull something like this. That's why I kept my mouth shut. Damn it, Professor Mikotoba. That was completely unnecessary. Very well. The court acknowledges that the accused will defend himself in today's proceedings. Ho ho ho, I see. By renouncing his attorney, the accused is admitting to his own crime. Ooh. Do not misunderstand. The one who is most sure of his own innocence is simply the defendant himself, but that's all. Isn't that right, defendant? Yeah, that's right. I think my favourite thing about this is how... I guess it's how... Ryunosuke kind of develops as the game progresses. As you'll see as we get through this trial. I've only played up to the second trial, everything beyond that's blind. But, no, because as you can see, he's very shifty and super... I guess anxious would be the correct word? But as the trial progresses, he becomes a lot more sure of himself. But if I'm being honest... Hey, there's that Phoenix Wright face. This defendant is drawing a total blank on what to do next. First of all, do something about those shifty eyes of yours. How dare a mere student bother the Great Supreme Court with such a trite case? Surely I'm not the only one who is outraged by this arrangement. As you gentlemen know, this is the Grand Bench of the Supreme Court. As such, we demand a trial befitting this courtroom, the pinnacle of our legal system. Defendant? Yes? I shall now gauge whether or not you are qualified to stand in this court. Oh, is this going to be one of those... Yeah, like one of those questions. How did the victim die? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. What's he going to do? In other words, the judge doubts that you have the ability to properly defend yourself. The joke's on him, because the person with the most doubts is none other than myself. Now I shall pose some simple questions to the defence regarding this case. Yes, Your Honour. First, what is the name of the victim of this murder? Answer promptly and clearly. Yeah, okay, I should know this one. I've heard it countless times since the incident. It's... Huh? Oh no. I'm so nervous I can't remember. What was his name? Oh, what was his name again? Naruhodo? It's Naruhodo or Naruhodo. I don't know how you say his name. You're drawing a total blank on this one, right? You're my best friend, alright. Don't worry, everything about the incident has been logged in the court record. Yeah, it's tutorial time. The court record? Yeah, in the top right. Go ahead and touch the court record button in the top right corner of the screen. Hey, you're breaking my immersion, bitch. I was gonna say I'm trying to. In there you'll find everything you need, even things you may have forgotten. Great, let's try tapping the court record button. Boop. Here's all the evidence. You can also view the profiles of people involved in the case, so we have a school badge. Proof that one is a student of the Imperial Yume University, always on school uniforms. Then we have the post-mortem, or the autopsy report. Died after 2 PM, was shot in the chest and bled to death. Bullet did not pass through his body. Aha! He's 23, holy crap. Once you confirm the victim's details, press back to return to the task at hand. So we have Kazuma Asugi, second year student at Imperial Yume University, has great talent as a lawyer despite just being a student, my best friend. Yujin Mikotoba, professor at Imperial Yume University's Medical Research Department, an authority in forensic medicine and Asugi's mentor. Taketsuchi Ouchi, the prosecutor investigating this case. It appears he does not approve of what cultural enlightenment has done to society. John H. Watson, the victim in this case, was invited to come from the British Empire to the university, medical doctor. There he is, it's John H. Watson. All relevant pieces of information can be found in the court record. Remember that. Now, we shouldn't keep his honour waiting. Present your answer to him. Choose the profile of the victim and present it to the court. Oh, I don't even need to choose his name. Alright, what's that? Oh, that doesn't show up. Oh, good. There's like a little arrow at the top of my screen. What does that do? View options. Seems BlueStacks has had a few updates since I last used it. The victim is Dr. John H. Watson. Okay. Of course you would remember the name of a professor. God my god, I can't talk. Of a professor at your own university. Dr. Watson was a medical doctor from the British Empire. 3 years ago, he was invited to teach at Imperial Yume University. And that is why we have such a tremendous debacle on our hands. The British Empire. A country with which the Empire of Japan wishes to maintain a strong diplomatic... or to maintain strong diplomatic relations. Recently, after lengthy negotiations, our two empires signed a new treaty. The Japanese Anglo Treaty of Commerce and Navigation. Everyone knows about it. Huh, you knew that and yet you still took the life of a Briton. What's more, you're students at Imperial Yume University yourselves. You murdered a professor of an institution of learning. Have you no shame? But I didn't do it. Due to the grave nature of this incident, we have drawn the attention of the British Empire. They have requested that the Supreme Court pass swift judgment in today's trial. In other words, our spineless government is bending over backwards to appease the Brits. You're just being used as a convenient scapegoat for that end. Is that what makes this trial so special? Exactly. Our country must find someone to punish as soon as possible. All because the victim is a Brit. A British man, Dr. John Watson. Or John H. Watson. This has nothing to do with our countries. Or that treaty. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Flashback? Oh. Right, would you look at the time? I have to get going soon. I'll stay a bit longer. We came all this way after all. You're right, we rarely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Well then, take care. I'll see you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. Then he leaves. Off to the British Empire, huh? What a guy. Oh? Oh! I've seen that man on campus before, I think. He's that doctor from Britain. I never got his name though. Maybe I should go introduce myself. I can't remember the time period this is set. I think it's 18? Is it the 1800s? I don't remember. And so... I went to Dr. Watson's table to introduce myself. Now, let us move on to the next question. Yes, Your Honour. Oh, how did he die? How was Dr. John H. Watson robbed of his life? Bullet! Present the cause of death to the Supreme Court. Dr. Watson's cause of death. Of course, that would be... Naruhodo? A court record. This is a court of law. Here we let the evidence speak for itself. The evidence? Quickly present the piece of evidence showing the doctor's cause of death. Oh. Yes, my badge. Post-mortem. Yeah, shot in the chest and bled to death. Bullet did not pass through the body. According to this thing, it was blood loss from a gunshot wound, Your Honour. At least call it by its proper name. That thing is a post-mortem report. Also known as an autopsy. Yes, the post-mortem. In the West, for example, in the British Empire, corpses undergo what's called an autopsy. But in our country, police surgeons conduct a post-mortem examination instead. They are two sides of the same coin. Right, now I get it. I don't get it at all. Allow me to present a photograph of the crime scene. As you can see, there are gunpowder burns around the bullet hole, meaning the victim was shot at point-blank range. There's no other conclusion. Very well. The court accepts this modern investigation tool as evidence. Photograph of victim. Shows the victim cause of death appears to be a gunshot to the chest from the front. Wow. So this is a photograph. It's my first time seeing one. It captures far more detail than what you'd expect from an illustration. Very well, you have proven yourself to the court. The questioning ends here. Now, let us proceed with the trial. What the f... Understood, Your Honour. First, I would like to give an overview of the incident. I hereby summon a witness who was present at the scene of the crime. Oof. Here we go. I just realised what the professor had in mind. Professor Mikotoba, you mean? He knew that you'd be the one defending yourself in court. However, as long as I stand by your side, I can still offer you advice. Oh, that's true. Here's what Professor Mikotoba told me. Kazuma Asugi must not stand as the defense attorney in today's trial. Good grief, everything went exactly as the professor planned. Please lend me your wisdom, Asugi. You got it. For starters, do something about your shifty eyes and cold sweats. Only if you do something about your fluttery headband and cold gaze. It must just be incredibly windy wherever Asugi goes. Ah, here we go. Witness, please state your name and occupation to the court. Certainly. My name is